In every prison, rehabilitation is possible. It doesn't matter whether the prison have money or the prison is located in a place where you have very limited resources. Where there is the will, there is always the way. So what are the most important things that you need to have a successful rehabilitation? First, I would say that the leadership of the prison service and correctional service in that country must be interested in rehabilitation. They must be interested in reducing the offending or recidivism rate. They must be interested in contributing to the safety of the community. Having said that, policymakers, supervising agencies and ministries that is in charge of prisons and correctional service need to support the prison service to make this. For you to have a successful rehabilitation program, you need partnership. You need partnership from what I would term the whole of government approach. It's not just the prison. Every ministry in the country need to see what they can do to assist the prison. Whether it be Ministry of Commerce, of Industry, of Agriculture, of Sports, of Women, they need to be able to see what they can do to assist the prisons. It is not only the government. The private sector must see the gain in giving something back. The voluntary sector. So in other words, we need partnership, strong partnership that works. We also need committed prison officers who can think outside the box, who can understand that indeed rehabilitation also promotes security in prison. We need people who can begin to look at how to assess the skills, the resources that is there within them in the prison service. How they'll be able to assess what the prisoner requires. How they can assess the interest of the prisoner so that they can have a tailor-made approach that will make sure that rehabilitation becomes something that has benefits for the inmate, but also something that the inmate enjoys. For us to have a successful rehabilitation program, you must have an incentive program put in place. And this incentive must be holistic. There must be incentive for the inmate who is engaging in this. There must be incentive for the prison officers that are providing support. There must be incentive even from the prison service and many others who are partnering in this game. It's also important that for us to have a successful rehabilitation program, we need to start thinking right from the day one a prisoner gets into a prison. How do you assess the needs, the capability? How do you assess the things that made this person more likely to have come into prison? So for example, if this inmate had been an inmate charged with violence and violence-related offenses, you and I know that for a proper rehabilitation to work for this inmate, you have to make sure that you also have programs that addresses aggression and conflict resolutions and alternative to violence and the likes like that. The same way, you will also need to be able to know that if the prisoner's level of education is lower, then you therefore need to think of certain things that you need to do that will enable this prisoner have a proper rehabilitation that recognizes the level of education, whether it needs to be increased or whether you need to look for programs that don't require so high level of academic achievement. Finally, it is also important to ensure that every rehabilitation program we have must have a way for assessing the impact, must have a way of ensuring sustainability, must have a way of ensuring that there is mentorship and ensuring that there are elements that introduce income generation which the inmates can relate to. In summary, rehabilitation is possible. First, where there is a will, there is a way. And every prisoner, irrespective of who this prisoner is, can benefit from rehabilitation. So we need to look at what suits the prisoner and what suits the context.